Welcome to the winter semester 2025 of English 101. This video is going to cover class navigation of your online classroom. So when you go to your home page, when you click home, this is what you're going to see. So your home page has a Happy New Year picture, and then here on the bottom is where you're going to access all of your what you're going to be taking in this class. So that's one way of accessing your syllabus, your weekly assignments. Another way is to click on modules, and here you will access your week 1 overview. Everything you need to know for week 1 is over here under modules. Your tests, your assignments for every week. So week 3, week 4, week 5. There are 12 weeks in this class. So all the way week 8, week 9, week 10, 11, and 12. So I wanted to show you that these are the modules. These are known as modules that contain everything you're going to be doing in this class. And then every week, when you want to study or go to your textbook, okay? So first thing you have to do is you go to week 1, Introduction to Writing, and then you slide down to click on Expectations and Reading. This is where your textbook is. Click on this, and now you're going to see a series of links. So these are the chapters that you're going to have to read and learn for your week 1 quiz. And so here, for example, if I click on Chapter 1, Section 1, this should take you directly to your textbook. And this is your textbook, okay? And so you're going to notice that as you clicked on this link, Reading and Writing in College, Chapter 1, Section 1, I clicked on this link, and then that's how I got into the textbook. And then you can navigate on the textbook by clicking on, if you want to go to Chapter 1, Section 2, Chapter 1, Section 3, Chapter 1, Section 4, that sort of thing. Now one thing I really like about this textbook is it has a self-study option. And here you have, usually it has flashcards, and then the flashcards help you study for the test. And so but for now, I just want you to know, and then here, that's for week 1. So if I want to go to week 2, I always go to modules, and then you go to week 2, and then your week 2 will also have what you have to read, okay? And so every week it has expectations and read. Every time you see expectations and reading, that's your textbook. And then these are all of the chapters you have to study for your quiz. So if you're like, but what do I study for the quiz? Then every time you go to expectations and readings, then this is your this is what you have to do for studying for the quiz. And so let me take you back to home, okay? And that takes me out of the textbook. And then you should also, your syllabus, all right? And so in your syllabus, you have a list of all of your, if you took the orientation class, this should all be very clear to you already. All right, so here you have your syllabus for which you go into which you keep up your, that's how you figure out what you have to do for week by week, is you look at your syllabus. Always look at your syllabus 1 week ahead of time. So that way, if we're in week 2, you should already be looking at week 3. If we're in week 1, well, that's the only exception where you can't look ahead. But always keep track of what you have to do week by week. Now for the due dates, then you scroll down here, and then you're going to have all the due dates. One thing about the discussions, all right? And so every week you're going to have a discussion. So let's go over the instructions for the discussions. In the discussions, you have 2 deadlines. Your first post is due by Wednesday of every week. And then you have 2 days in which and then Sunday is when you respond to 2 peers. What does that mean? Okay, so in week 1, your initial post is, what is your name? Who are you? And then you would post, my name is Susan Green. I'm going to Fortis College to study nursing. Okay, that's your initial post where you introduce yourself. That's due by Wednesday of the first week. Then you have to respond to 2 of your other students. So you would respond to Josephine. You would say, Josephine, hi, I'm a student too, just like you. Hey, John, I'm a student just like you. That sort of thing. And so then you respond to 2 other students, and that takes you to Sunday. So you have up until Wednesday to post your introduction, and up until Sunday to respond to 2 students. So when you have your discussions, you have 2 due dates, Wednesday and Sunday. Even though it just says Sunday in your syllabus, that's where people get confused. If you took your orientation class, this is all very simple. Then you have your assignments, which you can also access through your modules. Everything goes by modules, okay? And so here you have all the assignments that you have to take for this class. Now, if you want to have extra tutoring, you can go to BrainFuse Online Tutoring. I'm not going to show you that in this video. And always remember to go to your announcements, because here, this is where I post where everything is. So always make it a habit. Every time you come into the classroom, you make it a habit to check your announcements, because that's where I put all the important stuff. In this case, it's your Zoom meeting link, so that I'm going to be having my office hours, 4:30 p.m. okay, Eastern, every Wednesday, and this is going to be your Zoom meeting link. This is why it's so important to check your announcements, because if you don't check your announcements, how are you going to know what the Zoom meeting link is? How are you going to know how to access your English 101 textbook? How are you going to know your course policies, and so on? So always remember to make it a habit to access or look at your announcements. And so that's it for class navigation, and this is Professor H. And if you want to find out more about me, you can always go to Modules, and then here you have somewhere up here it has Meet the Instructor. Here you go. And you want to meet your instructor, and then this should be filled in with my information. I even have some welcome videos for you to look at. So this ends this video on class navigation, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me at any time.